Hello, welcome to the 2021 Clearwater Revival. I'm Eric Russell, the chair of the Working Waterfront. Now, in past years, you've come down to the Working Waterfront and you've chatted with people who've been building boats and who've been doing youth education and things like that. Because of COVID, what we are doing this year is we're taking the opportunity that since we have to go virtual, we are inviting many of the organizations that have been involved in years past, as well as the ones who are actively involved now. That includes youth training groups, it includes sloop clubs, it includes all sorts of organizations, including boat builders. How'd they get in there? I don't know. Might have something to do with the fact that a lot of the boats that we have are built by the people who are using them. And the people who are using them, of course, includes you. You usually, when you come down to the Working Waterfront, we say, okay, sign this, here's a paddle, here's a life jacket, get out on the water. But what we're inviting you to do right now is see what the people are doing when they're not here at the Working Waterfront itself. So I have invited all of these organizations to put in videos or slideshows, narrated of course, that show what they do when they're not here. For instance, Rocking the Boat is primarily an educational institution, and what they do is they tutor the children, and almost all of the participants in these things are youth of one sort or another. They tutor them, make sure they get through school, and they help place them in colleges and other educational institutions, which I think is very important. Now, the other thing that they do, which is what you see when you come to the Working Waterfront, is they build boats. And the boats that they've built are available to go out on the water with you. The Village Community Boathouse does something very similar, but what they do is they coordinate with Stuyvesant High School, a couple of the other high schools, and also with the school that's out on Governor's Island and operated by the city of New York. So you've got a lot of educational background going on here. In addition to which, some of the schools that started with us have moved on to other programs. Many of them are still with us. We also have the various sloop clubs, for instance, the North River Friends of Clearwater, who have basically reorganized themselves under a different name, is going to be with us. Also, I've invited the New Jersey Friends of Clearwater, which started life as the Raritan River Friends of Clearwater and then moved to Monmouth County, and now does a lot of the same sort of stuff, but their focus is on cleanup. For instance, there's a place called Whale Pond that they make an annual cleanup of. They also have a boat that was built in a traditional style that was very popular around the turn of the 20th century. It's called a garvey. Those were used as commercial vessels for carrying fish and clams and things like that to the New York Fulton Fish Market. These are all things that are part of our heritage, and we wish to keep them going. So please, once you see what they're doing, if you can contribute a little bit, that's good. If you participate with them, that's good. If you drop in with them, that's good. You might find yourself engaged and giving a hand building a boat, or even just rowing a boat or sailing it. Now, when Pete Seeger started this whole thing with the Clearwater back in 1966, he was looking out at the river and saying, you know, that's pretty filthy. You can't even swim in this river anymore. Now, not only can you swim in the river, but the city of Poughkeepsie gets its drinking water from it. It's a, you know, the whole thing is improving because one man had an idea and he sold it to everybody. And the reason he was able to sell it to everybody is because a lot of people were dissatisfied. That's called activism. Anyway, welcome to the working waterfront, and I hope you will visit when you're in the area of many of our clubs and organizations. Thank you and enjoy.